Hi, I'm Janelle Tedesco. Welcome to Just 10 with Janelle. Start walking with me. Today we are doing a 10-minute walking workout. We're basically just going to be moving our feet in place. And because it's cold outside, at least where I live, it is very cold. It is very, very windy, like crazy, crazy windy today. I don't want to walk outside, right? I don't know about you, if you do, I don't know if you were able to, but sometimes you just don't even have the time to get outside. So we're gonna walk inside. We're just gonna, maybe we'll go back and forth a little bit like this, but we're gonna walk, I'm gonna keep you company, and maybe we'll talk about the elephant in the room. Not that elephant, that elephant. That is a Christmas tree. That is our beautiful Christmas tree that I love very much. It is that season right now, right? It is the holiday season. I celebrate Christmas, but I feel like no matter what you celebrate, this time of year is magical in some ways. I love the tree because it has ornaments on it all the way from before I was born. Maybe my mom gave me some from before I was born, things that I made, things that my kids have made. And then of course I like to add a little bit of sparkle. I don't think any tree is complete without tinsel, but that's just me, it's personal. I just like things that are a little sparkly. And then that creates that sort of feeling of magic. And the holiday season, in my opinion, is a time for joy and love and giving and being with your friends or your family, togetherness, and things that make you feel good. Pretty things, doing things for yourself or for others that make you smile and bring something positive into the world. We all need that. So I am celebrating the Christmas season, the holiday season with you. Whatever you celebrate, I hope that it's bringing you joy. If not, you've probably already stopped watching me. It can also be a very difficult time of year for people, and I understand that. But when we, who have good things going on in our lives, know that about other people, we can help them. Right now, I'm hoping that I'm helping you by keeping you company as you walk, which is good for your overall health, your body, your mind, and your spirit. I really love Christmas, and I have since I was a little kid, and I'm very excited that I have given that tradition on to my children. I think that they love it a lot. However, they seem to like, I'm just doing a step touch now. You can do this, I just like to vary it a little bit since we aren't actually walking and moving our bodies through space. Sometimes I just want to change it up a little bit. So just step touch back and forth, or you can just keep walking in place. So my boys don't really like decorating the tree as much as they like looking at a completely decorated tree. I think this year was the first year, they're getting a little older now, that they were like, no, it's okay, Ma, you can do it. Oh, I'm tired. It's like, oh, come on. But strangely, I didn't mind, because I actually really do enjoy decorating the tree. And then when it's done, it makes me happy, and I love looking at it, and I just feel like we got one of the most beautiful Christmas trees ever this year. You can't quite see it in the frame, but we do have a star on top. It's a little sparkly, but I didn't pull the frame out that much, so you can't see the star. It's shiny, it lights up, and super pretty. So they didn't decorate with me, but my husband and I did it together, and that reminded me of before they were born. Me and my husband would decorate the tree together, and I loved that. And I went through a little phase. We've always had a real tree, so, some people do artificial trees. The fact that we've, cut down a live tree and put it in our homes is kind of like a strange tradition, right? And I definitely went through a period of time where I thought, is this bad for the environment? We're cutting down trees just constantly, and then we're just throwing them out. But then I learned that at least there's always more to learn about everything. So I'm not saying what I'm telling you right now is 100% the way that it is. But what I did learn is these tree farms, they are planting so many trees every year that it's really actually very good for the air and the environment. And in most places, at least in New York City, and I think a lot of other places around the country, the United States, I don't know where you're joining me from, we don't throw our trees into the trash where they're gonna end up in a landfill in plastic. They actually go into compost and they get composted. And the new trees are being planted, and we all know how good trees are for the air that we breathe. So it's actually good for the environment. Whereas, even though you can reuse an artificial tree over and over and over, when you do throw it out, it goes into the landfill. Now, don't get me started. You're not getting me started. I'm getting me started. I'm not going to go into talking all about the environment and all that. I just want to say that I love having this Christmas tree, and it brings me joy, and it makes me smile. And we got one that were a little bit bigger this year to go with our kids that are getting bigger. And all the ornaments on it all have some type of special meaning. Some people like to they like to decorate their tree like their own jewelry, right? So they get the matching bulbs, and that's beautiful. I love seeing all different kinds of trees. Some people only like handmade ornaments, right? We have some handmade ornaments, some things that were bought. Some of them have some significance. Actually, a lot of them have significance. When I was traveling a lot, I met my husband on a working national tour where we were traveling around the country, and I did a couple of other tours like that. I'm an actress, and I did these musical theater shows that went across the country and in Europe. And so I used to, wherever I was in a different place, I used to try to get an ornament for that place. Not all of them, but I have a few like that. And I have a few where my mother bought some for me. I actually have a Spider-Man right here in the front because I did a Spider-Man tour. That was really fun. It was actually a stunt tour, not musical theater. I like to do lots of different things. And I like to walk in my living room. But when I don't have anyone keeping me company, I don't do it for very long. When my family got these Fitbits, my youngest son got really excited about it, and he wanted to be able to get the most steps. So he put his earphones in, his earbuds, and he would walk back and forth around the house for hours. I couldn't believe it. 3 hours. He would get 30,000 steps all in the house. He doesn't do that anymore. It would kind of make us nauseous a little bit. He'd be walking in and walking out really slowly. He would just do, and he'd have his earphones in. I think he had his phone maybe. He was listening to some music, and he was just walking. And, eventually we'd be like, okay, you're kind of driving us crazy, even though you're doing something really awesome for yourself. It's weird how adults are like that, isn't it? He was just doing this wonderful thing. We could ignore it for a little while, but after about a week or two, we were like, okay, let's maybe keep it in the bedroom, or maybe don't always come here. Looking back on that, I kind of feel bad that I stopped it. It's like, why couldn't I just handle it? It was so great. He was just walking around, getting his steps. He still gets a lot of steps though, way more than I do, which is crazy. He's just walking around in school and everything he does, and just kids in general find a way, well, him especially, maybe not all kids. Kids especially just have a way of making one step two. And I don't mean because of little feet, right? They're my size. My size and bigger. But they just have this way of everything they're doing, it's sort of frenetic and they're constant. They always have someplace to go. So you can just keep walking. I was being my kids. Now when they're toddlers, they're really walking all over the place. It's crazy. Actually, I saw this one video one time where it was having people who are very in shape follow around a toddler and imitate what they were doing for an hour, and it was an amazing and insane workout. And very, very difficult. So what toddlers can do and what they're doing constantly, the amount of energy that they're burning is pretty incredible. But no, my boys are teenagers, so they're not toddlers anymore. But they still are very active. We're all a very active family. And I think that it's important for our body, our health, our mind, and our spirit to remember to keep moving Now, it's also important to get outside, right? Light, sun, it's really good for you. So don't stay inside in the dark too long. Try to get some outside time whenever you can. It is definitely difficult in winter. It's very hard for me. But it's fun to get outside. It's actually healthy for you. Oh my goodness, all right. I just looked at the time and we have hit 10 minutes. So I hope I didn't bore you. I hope that you enjoyed hearing a little bit about Christmas and my family and my tree. And I wish you a beautiful holiday season, and if you celebrate it, Merry Christmas. Thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video, please click like, subscribe to the channel, and come back and see me for a totally different workout next time. Thank you.